YouTube is a wild, unpredictable beast. For many creators, it's like trying to play Flappy Bird with your forehead, blindfolded. That's the feeling you get from 90% of the YouTubers that haven't made it yet. And hey, I'll admit, I felt it too. I quit my first channel for a reason. Thousands of videos on the topic, hundreds of discussions about how arduous, difficult, austere, and soul-crushing starting a YouTube channel is. But what really is the reason why almost every YouTube channel fails? Well, I looked, I searched, I researched, looked over the most comprehensive studies that I could find on why channels fail, so much that I got into why they succeed. Because we need both sides of the plate to see the clear picture, right? But before we dive into that, let's take a look at something. When I say success here, I'm thinking about four things: getting discovered, building or having a fan base, finding personal satisfaction, getting monetized. Although some, if not most, have been able to tick at least one of these boxes, even though I've ticked none, very few have been able to check all four. So why is it like this? I think one of the first problems we need to tackle before we dive into the thousands of reasons why people think channels fail is shifting how you view YouTube. YouTube might look like a fun, creative playground, and for some, it is, but at its core, YouTube works like a business. And here's the question for you: how many small businesses around you are really thriving? Think about your local grocery store, the small taxi service down the street. How many of them are turning enough profit to expand or diversify? Most of them? Probably not. You see, the truth is that most businesses, whether it's a corner shop or a YouTube channel, operate just enough to stay afloat. Many accumulate debts or liabilities along the way. If you understand that, you'll start to realize why it's completely normal for most YouTube channels to fail. The truth here is that every business is bound to fail, unless there are contingencies that are in place. But maybe I should restrain from calling YouTube a business, because for most people, YouTube isn't a business, but rather a creative outlet, hobby, or personal growth journey. But I won't lie, I do want to make at least some money from this. After all, I'm calling it a business because for the definition of business, there has to be some form of input. In this case, it's mostly effort and time, and at times your money, resources. But rather than a traditional business, aside from satisfaction that one might get, you're doing the shit for free. For free. These things keep coming from. Oh, I'm done putting them in. Success on YouTube can't really be guaranteed by one single thing, like the your one video away myth. Nate Black, another YouTuber, made a video about that. I think it's right for the most part. Although it's cool that one video can blow up, your next videos aren't guaranteed any success. And in many occasions, people get viral videos that result to almost nothing. Now, I believe that it's impossible for you to upload 1,000 videos and not tick at least one of these boxes, and most likely this is discovered box. Now, I'm not telling you to upload 1,000 videos, because then it would go back to your one video away thing. But if you ever get discovered, it could help that you have a lot of content for people to binge watch, but it also not help that you have a lot of bad, subpar, filler content that your audience has to filter through, which they probably won't still leave. 1,000 bad videos hurt more than they help. Deliver quality with value in every upload. The next bit is going to get a little bit calculative. As of now, there are 140 million channels on YouTube with over 3.9 billion videos uploaded. YouTube gets about 36.5 billion monthly visits. Sounds huge, right? But when you divide that traffic across all those videos, it paints a different picture. This means that the average video has to fight tooth and nail for attention. New uploads are slightly favored by YouTube's algorithm, but with 500 hours of videos uploaded every minute, even that boost feels like a drop in the ocean. Now, like I said earlier, I scoured the internet searching for answers as to why YouTube channels fail. I read articles, query posts, Reddit posts. Most of them fell in line with what most YouTube channels say, and I've more or less discussed them partially to this point in this video. From now, I'll try to sum them up and see if it's actually true. One thing that I've always noticed is how several channels that started this year are getting a lot of traction early on, and I've seen enough examples to decide it's not just luck. So I suppose I'm making one of these mistakes. First one is lack of focus. Jumping between niches without building a proper audience. I definitely am doing this, but it's because I have so many ideas and I fret at the idea of trying to create another channel or channels just because of that series of video I want to make in a particular niche that will only have 5 unique ideas before it gets repetitive. Another thing is poor quality, bad audio, visuals, or content planning. This varies. Some of our videos don't have the best visuals, especially when it comes to audio too. They don't have that, but yeah, some of them have pretty good audio and visuals. Inconsistency, irregular uploads kill momentum. Yeah, I do this too, but I don't care. Unrealistic expectations. Expecting instant fame leads to burnout. But again, the problem with this is that if you ask most people, why do most YouTube channels fail, they'll start saying abstract, obvious things that can be deducted by anyone, like thumbnails, niche, and shit like that, when most times it accounts to value. Take it like this: there are as much channels as there are zombies in The Walking Dead. So it'll be really hard for a channel to actually stand out unless it has a certain value it delivers. There's still a difference between channels that succeed and those that don't, and that is in the amount of value they're able to deliver. I look at most, if not all, my videos and see that if they weren't my videos and they were other channels, I probably wouldn't subscribe to that channel, because well, they aren't the type of videos that create a lasting thought in the viewers' minds, create inspiration, or change a view of things. Simply, they are basic shit. Now tell me in the comments if I'm wrong. What do you think about this, and what help you might be seeking for your channel. Now, of course, if this video has helped you in any way, be sure to like and maybe subscribe. Good night, good day.